Yes, hello folks, we're back again. It's the 29th of November. It's only like, I turned off the camera from the last clip and then turned it back on again. Just because I wanted to do it in two rather than make it too long. Okay, so you saw what I did with those mugs, those tankards. I'm just going to put them down there, like that. Now, ideally, I like to work off of a fresh wearboard. So, I'm going to have to borrow this wearboard. And I like to go from one wearboard to another, you know. Oh, I've got a wearboard there I could have used. And the next thing is make sure your wearboard is dead clean. Alright, that is very important because you don't want to imagine those horrible bits of dried clay and all sorts of crap on here. You don't want to take your freshly handled mug, put it down on top of a piece of hard clay because it leaves a mark, doesn't it, on the bottom of the pot. So, right, let's get organised. We want to get... You'll notice that I am cleaning up as I go. So some of these handles here, which I pulled earlier on, I'm going to use those over on that end there, and they're sort of dried off a bit. Okay, let's start just putting some handles on and talk about that. Here goes. Right. So we're going to grab a mug, okay, which we thumbed off. Pick a handle. All right, put it there. So what I want us to do is, now, I use a twisted cut-off wire. It leaves a kind of shell-like pattern here. I always put the handle above that. Okay, so wet your finger, like you see me do, and take the droplet of water that goes off the end of my finger and scratch here with your fingernail. Okay, that's going to be your first job, to key up the surface there. You see, like that. Now don't use another tool. All right, and don't have a separate little pot of slip. It's all extra work which you don't need. Trust me. Right, take the handle. Okay, what we're going to do is take our knuckle of our thumb and we're going to push it into the end here of the fat end of the handle, like that. You see what I'm doing? Boom, 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 like that. You butt your knuckle like that. Now I use this because it's convenient. All right, can you see what that has? Can you see what that has done to the end of the? Have a good look at that. All right, you see that there? It's made it wider, hasn't it? Because that's going to give us here. There's a bit extra clay. You see that by going like this it made it go wider here. And I'm going to use that little bit extra clay just there to smear to make the join. You see, that is the key. So take it, a couple of fingers behind and just push that up to the pot. And now with my index finger underneath, taking that little bit of extra clay I just spoke about and working it in to the body of your pot. Okay? Now it's very important you keep it supported at all times, okay? Okay, now that little bit of clay there across the top there. You see, I'm going to take that now with my thumb. You see that? turning the handle, the pot as I go, you see. Meanwhile, supporting it. Okay, so that's what it's looking like now. Now that's stuck on now, you see. So what I'm going to do now is just dip that in the water pot, dip my hand in the water pot, so they're both wet, and I'm going to start to pull it straight off the side of the pot, you see. We've got enough light here. Let's just move this light along. Yep. Alright, so pulling that down like that and that. Just keep it moist, keep it wet. Because what we're doing now is we're freshening up the handle, you see. Okay, now keep it at that right angle, okay? Hold it by the end, alright, and take it to the vertical, but make sure you hold it at the end, okay? And now lower it. Now what you need to be thinking about is this distance here. Generally these kind of mugs are not for like all 4 fingers. Yeah, well, we're going to go down the pub, Simon, we're going to drink beer. We want all 4 fingers. Get in there. Right, so now we're going to just smear that. You see that rolling action? I'm employing that with my finger. Like that. Okay, and across the top here, like that. Alright, now we're going to do this tail. There's the tail there. So in order to do that, if it's wet here, which it probably will be, just wipe it once with your finger, okay? And now, taking your thumb, you can take that clay there and push it away like that, you see? Then turn it like that, and now this little piece we're going to go the other way, like that. And then that little tail, all right, we're going to squidge him off. It happens rather quickly, so don't blink. All right, and that is it. No more fussing. Okay, so you're looking all right. Yeah, any little sort of scabby bits and everything, now you want to just deal with them and make sure that the handle is straight, okay? And what I will do, I don't know if it's going to fit. No, it is not fitting, is it? I've got a feeling I've made these ones just a smidgen narrower in the top than I sometimes do. But failing that, all you need to do is look. You'll soon see whether it's out of round or not. Okay, so we're going to put that here on the wearboard there. Let's do another. Okay, nicely thumbed off. Let's bring it a bit closer. We don't want to be too far away, do we? And let's drop the camera down a little bit. Maybe. Something like that. Right, let's get a handle. Here we go. Right, now dip that finger. And here we just make the slit right here on the side of the pot. That is, I tell you, that's one of the best tips. That is a really good tip. And this, what I'm doing here, like this, making it fatter on the end here, more join area, you see, more. Now, hold it up to the pot, 2 fingers on the other side, and apply some pressure, but not so much that you deform the pot. Just a bit of firm pressure. You see, little finger, see it working underneath there? Like that, okay. And now thumb, thumb across the top like that. Meanwhile, keep him, you see, keep him supported. Okay, into the water. I'm going to do a few of these. I'm just going to rattle them off quickly now. Okay, just so you can see something of the fluency that one can do them. All right. Like that, and like that. Cut him off. Yeah. Okay, good. Next. Yeah, scratch. There you see. Across the top in the water pot. There we go. Now I'm going to bend him over like that, bend him round. Give a little pressure here on the bottom. Now at the bottom here you don't need to do any scratching, okay? No scratching needed. Alright? So here, wipe him over if he's wet and shiny. And now just do this fishtail. Once, twice, 3 times. Okay, there he is. Put him on the board. And one more. Dip the finger. Scratch him there nicely. Handle. You see, making that handle wide on the end like that is really, it's a great tip, that. Thumb across the top, in the water pot, give them a few pulls, like that, bring him round, like that. You have to eyeball the shape here, that you get it, you get to know that from a little bit of experience. Quite often people, beginners, they stick their handles out far too far, you know. They little tail, ooh, away. Make sure he's round. Now if you've got a rounder, I use those yogurt containers quite often. Oh, he just fits in, that one. Maybe that first one was a little bit small. Could have been. Alright. Scratch with a wet finger. Woo. God, you tell you can really get into the flow doing these, you know. You need to develop your technique a bit. It'll come with practice. But you know, handling and applying appendages and things it's very touchy-feely, and You have to develop that a little bit, that sense of... I remember when I first started working, for Dad and all that, and I'd go up and visit my brother Johnny, watching him work. My goodness me, I was like, minimal touching. You see, you don't want to overwork it, because it begins to look rather over touched. You know what I mean? And it looks a bit scabby. It's not very nice. You want to make it look kind of fresh, and that's why we want to do them fast. We don't want to get hung up on details too much. Just get it right, first time. Minimal touching. You do them fast and efficient. Sure he's straight. Very easy to put on a handle, and afterwards you look at it, you think, what was I? I must have been drunk. Just wipe it if it's shiny wet. If it's shiny and wet, you see, you won't be able to smear it. The clay won't allow you to. You need a little bit of it needs to catch on the finger. Otherwise it won't smear. You won't be able to. Now here's the thing. You see my apron is a little bit scabby here. And I had it up against my apron while I was doing that, and it's left a kind of imprint of my apron, you see, on the side of the pot. So watch out for that. Watch out for that one. Yep. And there's another. And we'll do one more to finish off this session of handling. It's really part of the process, isn't it? Oops. Glasses fell off my face. Important to know how to do it and do it well. Here it is, look, there it is. See? Give it a lick for luck. Okay, now get those index fingers and thumb going across the top, you see, like this. Boom, 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 boom. Sling them in the water pot. Dee, dee, ah, ah, ooh. And now hold him, support him, and let him come down. You can do it then in a controlled way, you see, if you do that. Just a bit of pressure on there and he'll stick. Okay? Finger underneath here. Make a nice join there. Okay, now here where he's wet, you see, I can't slide that nicely, so what I do is I just pull my finger over it once like that, and it gets it then as I need it. And I've got to be careful here, my apron, haven't I? Maybe if I do it like that. Okay, so with the thumb, once, twice, there it is, you see. Just to show you. You want to sort of get that fresh look to the clay where it's... Okay, is he round? Tap like that and then the handle goes down, you see. If he needs to, you can do that. Just, you don't even have to touch the handle, just like that, and the handle will go down. All right, so there we are. You see, just in the space of this little conversation, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven mugs have been accomplished. All right. Well, folks, I hope that's been helpful to you. I know that a lot of you struggle with handles. I used to struggle. If it's any consolation, I definitely did used to struggle. And there's no solution to that. It's the remedy is make lots of pots, make lots of tankers, make loads of cylinders, learn how to repeat throw, and you'll have lots of practicing that you'll be able to do. You can't put handles on if you don't have the pot there in the first place, you see. So make a load, and then you'll soon learn how to put on handles. Trust me. You'll soon learn. And I've given you some very good tips today. It's very helpful stuff that will help you along on your journey. If you really want to do this, make pots. I'm not saying you've got to make pots for a living, but if you're a hobby potter, you like it and you just want to do it better, So yeah, go to my website simonleachpottery.com. No more workshops here this year. We commence again in the end of March, and then we're running them right the way through the year here. So if you want to come on a workshop next year, if that grabs you, check out some dates. They're on the website there. You can see, pick a date, write to me, ask me about it if it's available. Most of those are available, to be honest. I have very, very few bookings at the minute, as you would expect. So it's pretty wide open. Yeah, and come over here to Milheim and join us here for a 2-day workshop. It's a nice area here. We've got lots going on. It's a nice little town. There's music. There's beer. There's there's good church here. There's Amish. There's nice physical countryside of hills and everything. So it's pretty nice. I think you'll enjoy it. We have golf here. We have fishing. You name it. Motorcycles, Harley Davidsons, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And I will see you in the next clip. Meanwhile, throw some tankards or some mugs or some cylinders. You can just throw cylinders. You can do 2 in 1 then. You can practice your cylinders, and then you'll use your cylinders as blanks to put handles on, Or, turn those cylinders into mugs. But make sure that they're not too heavy, But you can still use them as blanks, to just put your handle on. Practice. You know what? You can put 2 handles on 1 mug, can't you? If you want just to practice, put one on this side and then turn it around and put one on the other side. And then you'll have a loving cup. All right, folks, that's it. I'll see you shortly. Take care. God bless. Keep practicing. Bye for now.